When I came to the US, I was afraid to speak because people didn't understand my language. I was afraid to be seen because people saw me and assumed that I was black. And I was afraid to read because I knew that I would have to learn how to read in another language. So I was relying on visuals in creating art to communicate. And I needed to figure out a way to communicate and tell a story. So I took pictures of the border and pictures of the slave trade to try to explain to people my experience and my identity in visual manners. And I would look for beads that represented those images from the border, from the slave trade, from the Caribbean, from the water, to create a visual, a diaspora. And through this, I found that jewelry was a way to tell people who I was, what I had gone through, and what I'm doing now. When I design because I want to create pieces that tell people how I'm feeling. Instead of them asking me, how are you feeling? I want them to look at me and see me wearing a necklace or a bracelet and understand what my energy is that day. When we write, we have the power to tell people what we're thinking. But when I make jewelry, I have the power to show people without having to explain myself, without having to justify myself. I feel that jewelry and visuals are the only way where people won't have to question me and I can just be. Right now, I'm working on a jewelry collection that highlights our experiences as people that have been misplaced and are yearning to go back home, but we don't really know what home is because we don't understand our history. So I use visuals like photographs and drawings to inspire me and to highlight those narratives. So I take pictures from the Caribbean and look at the textures, the colors, to translate them into pieces, usually really elaborate necklaces or earrings that can tell that story of that body that was carried from one place to the other. Because for me, creating that visual is me trying to figure out where that body belongs or trying to give that body something to call home and to call their own.